So I talk a lot about content. Content is one of the most important things when it comes to marketing. You need content for every single marketing thing you do. So that's from what's on your website, what's in your social media, what's in your advertising campaigns, what's in your emails and newsletters that you send out, what's in your promotional material, like your brochures and things like that. So it's really, really important to put a lot of time and effort into creating content that is going to really benefit you in terms of getting you out there in front of people and making sure they have a really thorough understanding of who you are, why you're different, and why they should choose you as a health practitioner over another health practitioner. So often when I'm working with health practitioners, I'll ask them, so tell me about yourself, why are you different? What do you do? So we can incorporate that into your website and everything else. And they say, well, I'm a psychologist. I specialize in depression. So people who are depressed come and see me. And we spend, a number of months together and then hopefully they feel less depressed when they leave. And that is all correct and true and great. But what we want to do is really delve in a lot deeper into understanding that person's pain. So yes, their pain is that they are struggling with depression or anxiety, but what impact is that actually having on their life? When you think about a day-to-day life, if you're really feeling stressed and anxious and depressed, what impact is that having? It's, I struggle to keep a job. I feel lost. I feel like no one accepts me or understands me. I feel like I can't keep a relationship, or I always end up in a relationship with the wrong person. I just don't seem to be able to connect with people. I make friends and then I lose them really easily. I feel like no one likes me. So these are the day-to-day pains of someone's life if they're experiencing something like depression and anxiety. So we want to really delve into that sort of depth and that detail, because that will mean if you're incorporating that into your website, into your advertising campaigns, then people reading that will go, oh, wow, they really understand what life is like for me. I think if I go to them, then I'll connect with this practitioner and they'll really care about what's going on for me because they seem to actually really get it. So often, and you'll know if you're working with me directly, that I will ask you, as we're putting all the marketing stuff together, I will ask you to explain a typical patient. What are the thoughts and feelings that you typically hear from a typical patient, their experiences, what life is like for them, what typically leads them to making that decision to ask for help, and what hopefully life is like for them after seeing you. And so then, we take all that information and then I help the practitioner incorporate that into their website and advertising campaigns. So I thought I'd just read you out an example that I have written recently, just to get you, to give you a better idea of what I really mean. So I've got a couple of examples. Here we go, that's probably better. Okay, so let's say this person is coming to you because they're feeling, they're just struggling with depression, anxiety, and have had childhood trauma and those sort of things. So you could say on your website or a Facebook ad, say, I specialize in trauma, anxiety, and depression. So if you've experienced this or you are experiencing this, come along and see me, and I'll use all these different approaches and techniques to help you move through that and hopefully feel less depressed and anxious on the other side. Or you could write something like this. After working with a diverse range of women for many years, we understand why being adaptable and working across different therapeutic models is critical in helping our clients live the life they want to live. Let us explain. For many years, Rachel felt she didn't fit in. And I normally say Rachel in brackets, name change for patient confidentiality. I mean, this isn't an actual patient. This is just a typical patient to help prospective patients connect with you. But we just want to make sure that patients don't think that you're obviously talking about patients. So I'll start again. For many years, Rachel felt she didn't fit in. No one understood her, no one listened to her, and she believed her feelings didn't matter. Rachel had visited a few different specialists, but all they seemed to do was give her labels, leaving her feeling more disconnected, invalidated, lost, and unsure of who she is. Having almost lost all hope, Rachel decided to give it one last shot, asking for help. In her first appointment, we provided a safe place for Rachel to express her feelings. We really listened to what life was like for her, acknowledging that this had been happening for a long time, and took the time to really understand her strengths and her struggles. We let Rachel know that she was the expert in her life, and we were the experts at therapy, and together we'd set goals and create a plan just right for her. Rachel was relieved to finally feel listened to and an equal part of the process, and to have the support from a therapist who was embracing her for who she was. Throughout our time together, Rachel started taking steps towards her goals. She ended a relationship that she had been unhappy in for years, finally felt like she knew what job would make her happy, and even moved closer to the beach and started learning to surf. Rachel's story is not uncommon. Many women have emotional struggles they're trying to overcome. If you think you might need some help, we have a highly experienced and diverse range of registered mental health practitioners. We provide collaborative and inclusive mental health services, enabling our clients to live the most amazing life. So you can see the difference there, that if you're incorporating those common feelings and experiences and thoughts that you hear from your patients and incorporate that into your web copy and advertising copy, that is going to really connect with people, because they're going to go, wow, that practitioner really understands who I am and what life is like for me. I feel like I'm going to feel listened to and heard and part of the process, and they'll feel a lot more comfortable and confident in taking that step and choosing you as their practitioner.